It's time for Transport Line, the program that showcases the contributions of all the modes of transportation to the socio-economic growth and development of our nation, Africa, and the world at large. Transport Line is coming to you from the Center of Excellence, the state of aquatic splendor and Africa's fifth largest economy, Lagos. I am Shino Ilegbede. Glad to know that you are keeping us company. The issue of vandalization of public infrastructures or utilities has been on the increase since the advent of the Fourth Republic. Of recent, this willful destruction of transportation infrastructure has really given some stakeholders a lot of concern. And when you consider the huge amount of fund being expended on infrastructure renewal and development, then you appreciate those who have been crying foul that something positive must be done to quickly nip in the bud this issue of vandalization of public utilities, or for us on Transport Line, transportation infrastructures. So today, our focus on why must we allow this to continue? That is the destruction of transportation infrastructures. And I have with me in the studio to let us look at the genesis, so to say, and what should be done so that we can quickly, if not totally eradicate, but reduce to minimum, barest minimum, the issue of vandalization of transportation infrastructures. My guest is Oladeyinde Ario. Welcome to the program.
Thank you, sir.
He is a public analyst, and of course, is a known face on television in this part of the country. Mr. Ario, you're welcome to the program again.
Thank you, sir. I'm glad to be here.
Yeah. Third Mainland Bridge was...
that was the first thing I was going to say.
Third Mainland Bridge was recently rehabilitated. And again, before you know, even before the structure
commissioning
was handed over, after months of rehabilitation and aesthetic development, some people, some Nigerians or citizens were caught removing the solar lighting system on that bridge. What is your take on this? How did we get here?
Thank you, sir. I was coming from the Ikoyi Club and coming to the mainland, and I saw that the aluminum protection, the railings on the newly finished road was being removed in bits and pieces. And I was asking myself, this bridge has just been released for public use less than 72 hours. And this has started. How will it be in the next 1 year? Because I remember that before this renovation that was done, there was no railing at all on all the sides of the bridges, the two sides. They've been taken away. And not by spirits anyway, by human beings. And you said Nigerians, maybe there are foreigners among them, but whoever should be found doing that should not be allowed to go scot-free. It's gotten to a point where I would advocate a task force that will be monitoring that bridge day and night. Because public fund cannot be expended on an infrastructure for the enjoyment, safety, and security of those who are using the bridge, and some miscreants will now see that as tools of their trade and then go and begin to vandalize. Again, the solar lamps that were put there was to help us keep the bridge lighted, especially during the light. And then when you now go and remove them, you are endangering the lives of everybody using the bridge. It is not, you know, we've over the years, we've had this consciousness, or we created an environment of no consequence. People do things and they get away with it. Some because they have connection, some because we just don't pay attention to the illicit things that they are doing. I think we should wake up now and pronounce punishment for every misdemeanor that anybody may bring to the public place. Maybe if, say, 20 people are sent to jail for vandalizing the bridge, others will stop. Because go round almost all the bridges in Lagos, you can hardly find them fully fitted with aluminum railings. They will have been removed some way in one place or another. We cannot continue living like this.
Yes, we cannot continue living like this. But I believe apprehending and sending people to jail will not do the magic. The extant laws has been there. And what we've been doing for years now is for us to attack the effect. What about the cause? Cause in the sense that if there are no markets for those products, the railings and the fittings and what have you, people will not continue to remove them. And this is where the law enforcement agencies come in. I could recall in our days, CID, that one, Nebutemeta, Oyaba, Alagomeji, Central Criminal Investigation Department. Mm-hmm. That is, I don't know, thank God I'm not a criminal and I don't have criminal tendencies, so I don't know how effective we are. But from what is going on, you dare not venture to destroy public utility. Not only that, these people, they know as of today, look, it's not only transportation utilities like railings and what have you. The manholes on the roads,
they've all been.
They are, go to Agege along the rail line, you find the people who are using, and the law enforcement agencies, they won't tell me they don't know. So what I'm saying in essence is that, yes, the law must be there. If you are caught, if
you can do the crime,
arrange
you can do the time
before a competent court of jurisdiction,
yeah,
and you are found guilty, fine. But before then, it's better to prevent.
I share your
so
sentiment.
What do we do? Because it borders on patriotism on the part of whoever are engaged in this.
Okay, I remember in my primary school days, there was a subject called civics. Mm-hmm. And civics basically taught us about governance, about development, about public utilities, public assets, and how we should be good citizens, mm-hmm, by not misusing them and by making sure they work well. And also by reporting anybody that we found trying to malhandle those things. We also did social studies in secondary school that taught us some of these things. And we left schools at those levels with that mindset, that these are our properties. They must be maintained. In some communities, they are the ones keeping vigil over their transformer when transformers were disappearing, until that was put to rest. So education and public enlightenment will play a great role. I think they have been reintroduced civic education now in secondary school. Yeah, I think they have introduced that. But beyond the school, there are 1 million and more outside who do not have access to education in confined classrooms or environments. And that's where the media comes in. Not just the traditional TV and radio, social media. Because a lot of Nigerians are on social media every second, every minute, every hour of every day. So we can package campaign, maybe commercials or do PPA or whatever, that we may let them know that, look, this is our common property, it's our common wealth. So whatever you can in your own space to protect it, please do. And if you see anybody vandalizing them, there's a number you can call.
Yeah, I raised the issue of patriotism You tend not to look at it deeply. Some people believe they owe this nation nothing because they believe this nation has not been good to them.
Nice to them, yeah.
And we need, it goes beyond reorientation. You attack it too through social media, the normal media. But then, like I said, let's go after those areas. Some say they use them for
Spoons, pots, and pans.
utensils. Let the law enforcement agencies go after them. It is not an avenue for officers or men to make money.
Oh.
It's an avenue for them to show that they too are committed
Right.
to a greater Nigeria.
Right. Your suggestion is premised on what I will call agbekulaja kojale. And to gbalobe gogogogogogo honlole. The man who removed the tin of palm oil from the raft may be excused, but the one who aided him, should be dealt with. Yeah, you are right. When there is no buyer, they may not have cause to go and vandalize. But instead of us now focusing on only the buyers, those who have the mindset of going to attack those things should also not get free. So all of them should be, they should be sent to jail. Because they know that those people are bringing stolen public items to them, and then they are buying. Just like if you are found with a stolen car, that you bought a stolen car, you have a hard time to convince the judge that you're not a receiver of stolen items, that this is just a one-off situation. So if people have been jailed when they found them with other people's items, I don't see anything stopping the courts now from the prosecution from equally carrying on those who are using those items, converting them to domestic goods. They too should pay for it.
The law is there for you, but I tell you, it's based on the evidence you present before the judge that will determine whether you are guilty or not. And it's based on the way the investigation officer will not compromise his findings. Aside the issue of vandalization, when you're talking about transportation infrastructures, I'm still on the Third Milan Bridge. I think before Easter, a red bus, public transportation related bus, almost ran people into the lagoon.
In fact, 2 people jumped from that bus into the lagoon, and they lost their lives.
Yeah, but the issue is this. Now, after the Ulabalu has died down, the bridge has been commissioned. Now you have speed limit. Then you have an accident too. After that one, a Tata bus, black and yellow.
Yeah.
Now, funny enough, I think a few weeks ago, the sector commander of the FRSC in Lagos State was on set to review the first quarter report. And we did mention the issue of how they are going, the strategies they have to make sure that, yes, the speed limiter is there, the CCTV camera is there. How do you do it? Immediately, I watched the Honorable Commissioner for Transportation, Oshiemi, on television when he said you'll be captured and what have you. Also, the controller of works, Lagos State Federal Ministry, I saw her too. That was what ran into my mind was that, look, how do you stop these yellow buses from not going beyond 80 kilometers per hour? How do you prevent billion naira security vehicles from not? How do you stop the politicians with his convoy trying to run others who are keeping within the speed limit on the bridge? Now we've started seeing what is happening. What do you think should be done?
It was a big deal for me because I saw that the lanes are very smooth. The markings are also distinct. Mm-hmm. But it was like people were waiting to commit suicide. Because the speed at which they take off, you know, from the traffic around Oworo end, once they climb that bridge, it's like they were racing to heaven or hell. As we said, the speed limit, the CCTV, all those are not seen by the motorists. Maybe alongside with that, they will position those small boards indicating speed limit and reminding motorists.
It's marked on the road. It's there.
I understand, but I'm still saying that they can mount this.
The signages are there.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Well, if they are there, again, I'll still go back to my initial conversation. Maybe the popular radio stations, you know, with jingles and all that, because there is no limit or excess to public enlightenment. You cannot over-enlighten people, especially when we have present danger that we must confront, that we must prevent, that we must not make to happen. To think that within the first week of the bridge coming alive, we've had, there was somebody's, he said Oluomo's PA, or one of his boys, died on that bridge. Another, maybe a musician or something, our governor's PA too also died on that bridge within the first 2 weeks. It's not a good indication of what to expect on the bridge. And I've read social media commentators telling people to avoid the bridge. Can you imagine that the way people race on the bridge? Unfortunately, that bridge is not autobahn that you will now convert to a race track. So, perhaps the camera system now, if it's spotting people, recording them, and then you're getting penalized, that will help. But to what extent? What happens to vehicles not registered in Lagos number?
It's central, it's national.
National? Well,
central vehicle registration. It's
because if a man drives a car from Sokoto to Lagos and he starts speeding on that bridge, is there a way of apprehension?
They will track him to Sokoto. That's technology for you.
I understand.
But the issue is this: why are we running away from the suspected culprits in terms of transporters, whether in Lagos State, other parts of the country? Talk to the leadership, enlighten and educate them, and tell them these are the penalties. And there should be no political interference. That way, I think we'll get results.
But I can tell you, sir, the people I saw speeding on that bridge were more of private vehicles than commercial vehicles. More private drivers use the bridge far more than commercial vehicles. That's why I'm talking of enlightenment. Yes, the union can be gathered, they can be educated, but how do you gather different classes of people from different communities and different social strata? How do we gather them who are all private road users? So it's only through public platforms. I have said radio, social media. Maybe we can incorporate the faith-based organizations, churches, mosques, and other such to make it a point of teaching in their environment when they have programs. Perhaps that will help.
Well, I still believe private, yes, but if you take the statistics on a daily basis, the number of commercially licensed vehicles that ply that route,
that bridge,
wait a minute, that conveys commuters. And when I say commercial, you know, you have Bolt, Uber, and what have you also. You also have cabus. In fact, you have people unlicensed. So majorly today, because of the increase in pump PMS, people now patronize these vehicles. But majorly, it's very, very easy to track down those privately licensed vehicles. Today, you move from the ashes of Third Mainland Bridge, you find all these commercially licensed plated vehicles running into transportation infrastructures. Nothing is being done, and the CCTV itself is not programmed to capture them. These are issues that has come to the public domain. These are issues that we believe government should rise up to. Rise up to in the sense that apart from making sure that there is no exception in the CCTV camera capturing, if you violate the law, you should go. But not only that, they have avenue to sit these people down and talk to them. Today, the other time, like I said, the sector commander of RFRS Lagos was here. You find out that while you are being harassed, quote and unquote, notwithstanding the state of your vehicle, Oga Park, blah, blah, blah. All those vehicles, Keke Napep, that they have, in fact, some riders, Keke Napep, they can't see through the windscreen. They shoot their head out. And while you are being questioned as regards your particulars and what have you, all this they just go. Again, when the traffic light says stop,
they don't respect traffic.
They don't. These are issues. And when you believe that, well, the law is like a cobwebs. It only what traps those who are weak insects. Whereas in law, is no respect of anybody. Unfortunately, we keep saying it in Nigeria as regards transportation. You see, when we talk about the socio-economic growth and development of the country, Africa and the world, if human lives are being taken away unavoidably, if people are being maimed unavoidably, then we have crisis. So what do you think?
I think well, we've entered into another realm now. The dimension of lawlessness demonstrated daily by Keke Napep, by Korope, is unprecedented. And they get away with it. My worry is, how come last man would look away and allow them to go? But it happens every day. Just yesterday, I had calls to leave my car at the secretariat, and I was going to Omole. The vehicle that carried me from right front of LTV, Kwakola here, didn't stop at all the traffic lights. It was all, I was like, Mr. Man, are you going to kill us? Why are you raising? He said, Oga, it has a target. So because of your target, you now put our life at stake. So that's why and maybe I want to know now if the cameras that were working before, picking vehicles that violated traffic rules and regulations, because beating traffic light was a serious thing way back, and people get punished for it. I don't know if the system is still working. If it's not working, let it be revamped and expanded, so it can, and then of course upgraded, so it can be a lot more effective and efficient.
Mr. Oladende Ario, I think I have to stop you there because our time is up. we will in the future take up that issue again.
No problem.
Well, before I drop the curtain to end the program, please remember to be your brother's keeper. Be compassionate. That way we have a better society. Till next time, bye-bye for now.